Hello guys and welcome to proceeding our session. So we will continue about reconnaissance and footprinting. We will talk about website footprinting, so gathering information about the company or domain from their websites by targeting more into the active reconnaissance. So extracting the information, the requests, the response, monitoring and analyzing the website of the company, and also identifying the operating systems, the software is used by the company servers, where the domains are stored, getting the directories, the parameters, the path, the file names, the database, the scripting platforms, and everything about them. So basically, this we will talk in details about it, but we will talk quickly here. For example, let's say I want to analyze yoti.com. So I can go yoti.com quickly here on the domain, and you will see that I have here a plugin called Webalizer. So Webalizer is a plugin that allows me to see all the technologies that are used by the domain. So we now know that they use a CMS called WordPress. So we all know what is WordPress. It's basically a management system where you can adjust your domain in easy way without the need to write a lot of code. So they have like predefined templates where you can use directly and drag and drop. And they use Adjust for the analytics. They use MySQL for the database. If you remember SEO, they use Yoast and other technologies. So they use Nginx as a web server, and they use PHP as the backend programming language. All of these are important because if I know now that they use PHP as a language and Nginx as a server, and I need to find all the directories, for example, /root or /files, /whatever. So I will only look for the directories that are related to the PHP and the Nginx server, so I can avoid wasting time. So yeah, this is one of the things that Webalizer is useful for. Or we can check other domains, other technologies or other tools that they allow us to get these technologies as well. But Webalizer is very good. It is available as a plugin on Chrome, so you can use it, and on Firefox as well. So also to analyze the requests, responses, checking everything inside the headers, we can use BurpSuite. For example, let me show you here. If I go to desktop, to BurpSuite, and I run the BurpSuite, well, okay, fine, dir, and I run the burp.bat. So this is BurpSuite. Don't worry about all these tabs. Well, I know some of you have some knowledge in cybersecurity, so it will be an added value. But the ones who doesn't know anything about it, it's fine. We will proceed step by step. So just an example here how you can analyze the request yoti.com, and I put the interceptor for the BurpSuite, and you see that we started getting some requests. If I type yoti.com, hit enter, we will start analyzing the request base of yoti.com, and we will see the cookies. We will see if there is a cache, a user agent as well, what it's being used, and the accept parameters, and also the security fetch, the cache, the encoding, the language, and the connection as well. All these are related to the headers, and we will talk about them later in details as well. The get, post requests, and much more. And we can see the history of the requests that we are sending, and also we can see the directories, remember? So there is a password directory, yoti.com/passwords, and other directories, and much more. WP content, if you remember, because actually it is running WordPress, and we can see the files, the JavaScript files, and much more information about them as well. You see Nginx, because they are running Nginx. In the response, we detected Nginx. So same information can be identified via different techniques and techniques. So either via Webalizer here, we knew that it is Nginx, or actually via the BurpSuite in the response intersection. We knew that they are running Nginx as a server. And there should be PHP somewhere here. Nope. But somewhere here there should be PHP. Okay, fine. cache control, they use cache regulations. So we will talk more in depth about these as well. I guess now we can close it. Let's close all these tabs as well. Let's keep it like this. So let's talk about next. So we have multiple tools, but we will use BurpSuite because it is number one in the hacking and intercepting the request responses, manipulating them. Okay. Also website footprinting at the same time, but from a passive perspective. So also yoti.com, we will learn how to intercept because I need to, remove the proxy. So view page source, how we can identify the JavaScript files here. How can we identify some JavaScript scripts? They are using Google Tag Manager. And some links, some references. So here, by the way, you may find some JavaScript piece of codes where they have some problems, and we can try to, bypass or check the JavaScript, read them, and try to identify hidden endpoints. So if I here search for a slash, or like this, /security. So we have a page here, yoti.com/security. So we can search for all the directories here inside them, or we can brute force them. So this is sometimes useful, this is important, and I will show you real case scenarios when we go to the web hacking part. So I will show you real scenarios, how I identify vulnerabilities after reading the source code and checking the JavaScript files as well. And we can identify the third parties they use. You remember this one, adjust for analytics. We also got it from the Webalizer plugin as well. So this is the third party website, the third party company that they use for the analytics. Okay. If we hit here app.adjust.com, should not redirect us. Okay, we remove the app. And here we are, to the main domain. Okay. Examining cookies as well. So we can see that in the BurpSuite before, if you remember, we got the cookies. So also we can use the cookies to check information, to check the session IDs, the expiry date, if they have security flags like HTTP only flag or secure flag. So also we can extract the data and the files and try to extract some useful information from the domains. So there is a plugin here, or in the website there is it's called URL Web Scanner. So urlscan.io. Let's type yoti.com. So this website is very useful because it will show you like brief understanding of the application. So GSA email spider, for example, this one allows you to get some information about the emails, maybe the names and more. Web data extractor. We can try this one, web extractor.com. So the URL scan finished, and we can see that it provides us a summary of everything. So here are the HTTP requests, as you will see, to the JavaScript files, to CSS files, for the images as well. So it is, well, another type of images. So it is just important to get familiar to JSON as well. Maybe they will have some APIs, or maybe they will have some important data. Show response to see the response of this. So this is the actual response. So it is just quickly to understand the behavior, of the application, if they have API or not. Yes, they do have API. This is the API of the URL scan, actually. Sorry. If you want to export them, into some other places. Where are the redirects? The links. So we identify the new domains. You see, yoti.world, because What URL scan did is he analyzed the application, the domain, and extracted all the links available from inside the domain name. So we got yoti.word, we got the subdomains, and we got the third-party domains, if you remember, and what else they use for social media. We got their social media channels. So quick information, passively done. It is nice. So this is paid, I guess. Web data extractor. Extract specific information from the web pages. Well, not bad, but we can use other techniques, which I will show you later, so don't worry. So mirroring entire website. Well, there is a technology called httrack. httrack allows you to download all the files of the domain. So httrack. I don't have it now, but I will download it for you. So basically httrack allows us to extract the files that are publicly available. So it will map all the information here and extract all the files and allows you to download them. So download section, we can download it. Windows to Windows 10. We recommend to Windows 10 and above. 64. Well, let us install this one. I'm sure I hit. Okay. Well, let's install. No, we don't want. I got it here in the IDN. So open. Yes. Next. I accept. Program files. Well, let us put it in the programs. Don't create startup. Create desktop. I register. WinTrack files. Okay, why not? So this is just to show you how you can launch. No need to view, just launch. So this is the httrack. Yeah. And here, welcome, click next button to start a new project. Okay. See my website, it's fine. Project name, Yoti, because we need to next the website URL. So yoti.com. And here, download the website. We need to download the whole website, so we will get the files. Press adjust connection, then press finish. So now we are trying, hesitate, the current mirror is empty. If it was updated, okay. Well, let me go and check if we got it actually. So here there will be my website. So if we go here to the index, index here, it didn't download everything. It didn't download everything. So let's download another domain, probably because we need to get into the redirect, yotisign.com. Let's download this domain. And maybe we need to put everything like this. So, or yoti.com, but let's put the HTTP as well, like this. So my website, let us remove everything here. Sorry, remove it here. And let's get back. Next, project name Yoti. Next, the domain. So we needed to add the HTTPS as well. You will see here that we are going to each single directory inside the domain and downloading all the files. So it will be easier for us to read the source code of the page. So when we go here, you will see that we are starting to get all the files. The scripts, the JavaScripts, you will see here. And more information is being extracted. Well, let us wait for it, quickly wait for it and continue. Yeah, so this is called mirroring the entire website. We are downloading the whole website to our local directory, extracting every directory, every HTML page, images, Flash videos, files, whatever, JavaScript, CSS, PHP, sometimes, yes. So this is the thing is sometimes the application is capable of extracting backend files, PHP files, if they somehow were leaked in the domain. So this is sometimes important to read the backend code as well. So you see JavaScript. If we go here to WP content, so this is, www.yoti.com, this is the main thing. So PHP. See what I told you? So now we also have backend files. Maybe they have some, some important files, XML, RPC, for example. Let us go here. Can't we? No. Okay. So, anyways, well, let us just go quickly. Here, yeah, it is post. It accepts post requests, and I will tell you in the future how to exploit this to turn it into pinging requests. So, and other important files. So WP content as the WordPress, the themes, what themes they use. So imagine if now you want to create a phishing page, you can mirror the whole website. Go here, it will open similar as the Yoti, because not all the files are downloaded yet. And then you will add a customized login page as a phishing page and upload it on your domain, on your server, I mean. So by that, it will be very easy. So instead of, for example, you want to create a phishing page for Facebook or for Yoti login, for example. So instead of bothering yourself and writing the code from scratch for the Yoti login, you can mirror the whole domain, the whole website, download it, and then update the code, edit specific piece of code, and then upload it again. So by that you saved a very large amount of time. It is still downloading, I guess. Yeah. Let me see if the login page is ready. Yes. It's directing to the main domain. So because we need to mirror as well hub.yoti.com. We're not gonna do it now, but you can do the same here. But see when we open the domain that we downloaded it, so it's like the main domain because actually it is a copy of it. It's a mirror of it. Okay, so this is what we call mirroring the entire website. And HTTrack is a very important tool that does this. So there are other tools like Black Widow, PageNest, but I use usually HTTrack. This is also important, and we will discuss more details about it. Archive, the Wayback machine. So basically, Wayback machine is a machine that goes back in history and checks all the files that were cached or how the shape of the domain is cached. I will show you explanation, proof on my domain, Wayback machine, archive.org/web. So we're gonna search about my website, browse history, and you will see in the history that first time I created the domain was in 2020. Now we are in 2023, and it saves actually screenshots. So it saved 25 times between October 2022 till May 7, 2023. So if we go here to the May 7 and we browse the snapshot that was taken, so we will see this is my domain name. It is right, yeah. Actually, it is right. This is my domain name from archive.org. But let's browse the old one since the first time I started my domain in November 2023. Let's click here on the snapshot and see how my domain was. So you will see a difference, different text and different way of development, because this is how, and different images at the same time. Yes, here somehow different, similar, but there are some other things. So it is somehow different. Notice the text. Now, if I go to the date of 21, let me see what I did in 21. November 2021. you will see this image still the same. Images here are different, changed. Also, I added a new section called highlights with the 3 images. And also there is a text box because of the internet. So now when we go to the 2022 and to December 2, 2022, let's see the snapshot, and you will notice that it is changed now. I'm gonna stop this one to avoid, internet consumption. Cancel, stop, okay, finish. Because it's taking time to load. So going here, index, it's almost the same copy. So you will see the difference. I don't know why it went like this, but you will see that the image is changed, different image, and added a new other images. So the main point here is you are capable of seeing how was the shape of the website in the previous years. So if we go to yoti.com, for example, first time it was in 2001. So we can see how was the shape of this domain in 2001. Well, it was still under construction, so the page was not clear. So let's go to 2016, I guess fair enough. For March 2016. And you will see the difference. It was completely different design. You see? Different design for yoti.com 2016. So how this is important? Yeah, because actually, let's say they may added by mistake a sensitive information in the design and in a specific page in, let's say, 2016. Then after like 1 week they removed it. But it may be still cached in the Wayback Machine, so you can get the data again. And this is what they missed to look for. They missed to look for the changed information. That's why Wayback Machine is useful. Well, the real power of Wayback Machine is when you use it on the server side. So let me show you. I'm gonna connect to my server now, and we will discuss this later, how you do your own VPS server. And I'm gonna print all the records about yoti.com coming from the Wayback Machine. You will see that we have a lot of files coming from the Wayback Machine. Each JavaScript file has a different version. Each WP content file has a different version because some versions are old. So imagine if there is some cached information here in the JavaScript file where they forgot to check and remove, and it still contains sensitive endpoint. So this is no longer available. But when you check all of them, sometimes there will be valid information, and you can look at them as well. You can check the old files from the new files and all this information. And we're not gonna go one by one in this because a lot of files. But what we will do is we will identify useful files from here. So this open, for example, and here you can see that we have some some directories, user agent, and the file of the JavaScript get all the role equal tab elements as variables, so we can read the source code and identify what they are doing inside. So imagine if we can analyze it via an automated tool that we develop and check everything that is new or everything that contains sensitive keyword like password, key, token, and more. This is the useful of the Wayback URLs and the Wayback Machine. And we will talk about this, later. So going back to the slides, monitoring web updates using Website Watcher. So this is useful as well. You can monitor if there is a new update being added on the website. There is Website Watcher. I never used it, but you may use it as well. It's important. And this is the beauty. You have a lot of tools. So just check, the best tools and use them. Same for the email. You can analyze the email. you can analyze the sender, the receiver, and much more information as well. So collecting data from the email, you can get the IP address of the sender, the mail server, like this here. The mail server, they're using mr.google.com, the IP address, the date, and the authentication mechanism, the encryption, RSA, SHA-256, and sender name, and more information. So these are not sensitive or confidential, no, but they will allow, for example, if you get the IP address of the mail server, now you know that this IP address belongs to the domain as well. So you can try to port scan, try to find some open ports, some services running, and more. Email tracking tools, you can check all the tools as well. And here's some competitive intelligence where you can identify and gather or analyze and verify information about the competitors depending on their resources and everything. And we've already discussed this. So we monitor the press releases, about the competitor of the domain, and we see if they are targeting each other, if someone is publishing a vulnerability or weakness, against the other one somewhere on the source, and we try to use it. Well, you can read about this. For us, it's not that much useful, but these websites you may use because actually they will show you some information also about the domain and the company. Monitoring the traffic. We also saw it, if you remember, in Crunchbase, how many clicks, how many visitors, from where they are getting the visitors, the views as well. So it is just repetition of what we do, but more tools. I recommend to check all of them. We already talked about Google Alerts. We already talked about all of these. So in the next session, we will talk a bit about the WHOIS records, the DNSs, and we will talk more about how to check detailed information about the registrar of the domain, the owner, and when the domain expires, how the domain takeover is usually done as well.